which is the largest organized sector in this state. We have a support system also by name Indira Kranti Patham. Through this IKP, we have been encouraging women in the state to get into more and more dairy industry. I wholeheartedly congratulate for celebrating Platinum Jubilee 75 years of our organization and welcoming wholeheartedly also to celebrate in this city of pearls and city of love also. You know, the other name of Hyderabad is Bhagyanagar, which is also has come from a beautiful love story of Hyderabad, the then Kulik Qutub Shahis and Bhagamati. The city is known for warmth and welcoming many of the cultures, many of the industries, and it wholeheartedly welcome throughout the world also. As you all aware, milk industry, if we can really encourage it properly, right from the days of the Lal Bahadur Shastri onwards, after, as Prime Minister visiting Anand Bazar or Amul area, he identified the necessity of encouraging the milk and dairy industry. That's how Professor Kurianji has been identified and asked to improve the dairy industry, and which has led to the white revolution in this country. Green revolution and white revolution has become possible in this country with the visionary leaders like the then Prime Ministers, Srimati Indira Ji and Lal Bahadur Shastri Ji, and so on. We need the visionary leaders and the proper planning to have this kind of industry to grow more and more. I read somewhere in the world, Netherlands, which is the country which really encourages more and more on dairy products. The large consumption of milk products with nutritious values made the man or the population to grow tall. The tallest people of the world is from the Netherlands, and one study in Jack Canadian citizen Bachelor Mill, in his study he said it is because of the milk consumption the Netherlands people are, the tall and energetic, the population of the country. So I feel the milk production and consumption is also equally important for any population and civilization to grow very healthy and economically also very strong. So as far as the Telangana government is concerned, we are equally concerned encouraging the agriculture sector and dependent sector of the dairy industry. This year budget also we have increased more budget for the agro sector and animal husbandry and other dairy products also. I request the organized sector, particularly private and the government sectors, also to concentrate more and more to bring the unorganized sector of the 60% of unorganized sector of the dairy industry into organized sector, so that the entire industry can become a more viable, and it can compete the other world, the parts of the countries. For that, the Telangana government is committed, and we are also very seriously thinking of giving all kinds of support from the government side. On the same lines, like Amul industry, which is there in Gujarat, we are also thinking on the same lines to establish one industries all over the parts of Telangana. And Telangana is also thinking of going for a regional ring road, triple R ring road all over the state, by which all along the triple R we wanted to establish various different clusters, where one even dairy industry cluster also we are planning one among them. So I really appreciate the people who all have showing interest in this dairy industry can come to Telangana, state of Telangana, and take the part of dairy industry and its growth. And once again, I welcome all the participants who all have come all over the country, and my farming community, and my brothers and sisters, those who have been contributing for the production of the milk and byproducts of the milk. Thank you once again, and I wish you all the success. And these 3 days, your confidence, I wholeheartedly, on behalf of the government and my Chief Minister, Mr. Revanth Reddy, also is supposed to come to this meeting, but because of our Prime Minister's visit to the state, she had been to that program, and I have been delegated to attend this program, and he has particularly asked me to convey his good wishes and regards to this conference to become a very grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I request all of you to kindly take an observation about the Panchakattu of Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, that he is also promoting the Telangana culture with that Panchakattu, and it is a handloom pancha that he is wearing. So can we give a huge round of applause for the man who not only preaches but also leads by example. Sir, thank you very much for promoting the culture. Thank you. Thank you. And I'd like now to take honor in inviting the guest of honor, Honorable Agriculture Minister, Government of Telangana, Sri Tummala Nageshwar Rao Garu, also 3 times Minister, sir. Hari Hari, welcome to you. It's a pleasure having you with us. 5 times, yeah, sorry. Hari, welcome, sir.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. చాలా కాలం తర్వాత, సుమారు 35 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత ఈ యొక్క అకేషన్ మళ్ళీ తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో హైదరాబాద్లో జరగటం అందరికీ సంతోషం. ముఖ్యంగా గౌరవనీయులు ముఖ్య అతిథి మిత్రులు భట్టి గారికి, అదేవిధంగా ఆహుతులందరికీ, వేదిక మీద ఉన్నటువంటి పెద్దలందరికీ, మిత్రులందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారం. హరిత విప్లవ పితామహుడు కురియన్ గారిని స్మరించుకుంటూ, ఈ శ్వేత విప్లవానికి ప్రధాన కారకులు కురియన్ గారి యొక్క దీవెనలు మనందరికీ ఉండాలని, అదేవిధంగా వ్యవసాయ ఆధారితమైనటువంటి ఈ దేశం, ఈ రాష్ట్రం అనుబంధ సంఘాలైనటువంటి ఈ డైరీ ప్రధాన పాత్ర పోషించడమే కాకుండా భారత ఎకానమీలో వ్యవసాయానికి అనుబంధంగా డైరీ కూడా ప్రధాన పాత్ర పోషించటం, ముఖ్యంగా దీంట్లో భారత మహిళలు, ముఖ్యంగా దక్షిణ భారత మహిళలు దానికి దోహదపడటం, గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రతి స్త్రీ కూడా ఈరోజు ఈ యొక్క పాల ఉత్పత్తి మీదనే వాళ్ళ కుటుంబ పోషణతో పాటు భారత ప్రజలను కూడా పోషించుకునే స్థాయికి ఈనాడు మన మహిళా శక్తి పనిచేస్తూ ఉంది, కష్టపడతా ఉంది. ఈ భారత జాతి పురోభివృద్ధిలో ఈ యొక్క సంస్థ వ్యవస్థ ఇంకా ముందుకు సాగాలని మా భట్టి గారు చాలా రోజులుగా ఆయన నియోజకవర్గానికి ఈ యొక్క సంప్రదాయాన్ని, సంస్కృతిని తీసుకురావటం కోసం ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నారు. గతంలో ప్రతిపక్ష నాయకుడిగా, శాసనసభ్యుడిగా, శాసన మండలి సభ్యుడిగా ఆయన ప్రయత్నం, ఈనాడు డిప్యూటీ చీఫ్ మినిస్టర్గా, ఆర్థిక మంత్రిగా ఈ రాష్ట్రం యావత్తు ఆ సిస్టాన్ని ప్రయోగించి ప్రతి మహిళకి కనీసం ఇంటికొక ఆవు, ఇంటికొక పశువు ఆ స్కీములో ఈనాడు మన డిమాండ్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంది, సప్లై తక్కువగా ఉంది. తెలంగాణ ప్రజలు వాడకానికి తగ్గట్టుగా పాల ఉత్పత్తి లేదు. కాబట్టి దయచేసి ఈ ప్రభుత్వంలో రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారి నాయకత్వంలో మా ఆర్థిక మంత్రి యొక్క ఆశీస్సులతోటి ఈ యొక్క రంగం ముందుకు పోయేదానికి నాకు తెలిసి గత కొద్ది రోజులుగా డౌన్ఫాల్లో ఉంది. అదర్ సిన్హాజీ, మీరు కూడా చాలా రోజులుగా ఈ వ్యవస్థలో ఉన్నారు. కాబట్టి దయచేసి నా కోరిక, మన రాష్ట్రం ముందంజలో ఉండాలి, నెంబర్ 1గా ఉండాలి. దానికి తగ్గటువంటి ప్రణాళిక మా ప్రణాళిక మంత్రి భట్టి గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో జరుగుతుందనే విశ్వాసం. నా వ్యవసాయానికి అనుబంధంగా ఉండేటటువంటి రంగం జగదీప్యమానంగా ఉంటేనే తెలంగాణ అభివృద్ధిలో మనం భాగం పంచుకున్న వాళ్ళం అవుతాం. అదేవిధంగా భారత జాతికి తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం ఒక దిక్చూసిగా ఉండేటట్టుగా ఈ ఉన్నటువంటి వ్యవస్థలో ప్రైవేట్ రంగంలో ఉన్నటువంటి సంస్థలు ముందుకెళ్తున్నాయి, ప్రభుత్వ రంగంలో సంస్థలు అంత ముందుకెళ్ళట్లేదు. రాజేశ్వరరావు గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో నాకు తెలిసి గత 6-7 సంవత్సరాలుగా ఆయన కృషి ఫలితంగా కరీంనగర్ చాలా బాగా జరుగుతుంది. అన్ని జిల్లాల్లో కూడా అదే పద్ధతిలో కొనసాగాలి. ప్రైవేటు సంస్థలకు ధీటుగా పబ్లిక్ రంగ సంస్థలు కూడా ముందుకెళ్ళి ప్రతి ఒక్క ఇంటిలో పశువు ఉండేటట్టుగా, దానికి తగ్గట్టుగట్టు ఆర్థికపరమైనటువంటి స్వావలంబనం క్రియేట్ చేసేటట్టుగా పాలకులు, అదేవిధంగా ప్రభుత్వ ఉద్యోగస్తులు, అదేవిధంగా ప్రైవేట్ కంపెనీలు కూడా వాళ్ళకి దోహదపడి ఈ రంగాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లేదానికి ఈ యొక్క కాన్ఫరెన్స్ ఉపయోగపడుద్దని, ఈ కాన్ఫరెన్స్కి ముందుకొచ్చినటువంటి దొడ్ల, హెరిటేజ్, జెర్సీ, తిరుమల అన్ని సంస్థలను కూడా ఈ ప్రభుత్వం సంపూర్ణమైనటువంటి సహకారం అందిస్తూ మీ అందరి వల్ల తెలంగాణ రైతాంగ బిడ్డలు, ముఖ్యంగా మహిళలు అందరికీ ఈ యొక్క స్వావలంబన రావాలని చెప్పి ప్రార్థిస్తూ కోరుకుంటూ సెలవు. థ్యాంక్ యూ
సార్. అలాగే మిమ్మల్ని ఒకసారి ఉండాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాము. ఒకసారి మీ చేతుల మీద కాఫీ టేబుల్ రిలీజ్ ఉంది సార్. ఒక నిమిషం. For the coffee table book, which is an encyclopedia of the dairy industry conferences so far conducted since 1964, requesting Dr. Satish Kulkarni sir, Dr. Surendranath, Dr. Balasubramaniam and Dr. Subhash, who created this memorable book to facilitate release of the coffee table book on the hands of Honorable Agriculture Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, now you are witnessing the grand release of the coffee table on the hands of the guest of honor, Honorable Agriculture Minister, Government of Telangana, Sri Tummala Nageshwar Rao Garu. And this calls for one more auspicious moment here. What an occasion it is in the 50th Dairy Industry Conference to see the coffee table book. Thank you very much. Can I request all of you to put both your hands together in giving the loudest cheer and loudest applauses for the launch, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to once again thank Dr. Satish Kulkarni, Dr. Surendranath, Dr. Balasubramaniam and Dr. Subhash for creating this memorable book that is a journal of the entire dairy industry conference since the year 1964. What a proud moment it is, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we just finished with the awards, but one of our awardee isn't here, but we would like to take his name and congratulate. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Rahul Saxena for the Fellowship Award 2024. He couldn't be here with us, but we would like to take this occasion to recognize him. And now is the time, ladies and gentlemen, for an important element, which is the keynote address. Dr. Minesh Shah, who is the chairman of National Dairy Development Board, chairman of Institute of Rural Management, Anand, chairman of Indian Immunologicals, Hyderabad, and chairman of Mother Dairy, New Delhi, to present us his keynote address. Sir, hearty welcome to you.
Good morning, namaskaram, namaskar to all of you. Honorable Sri Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka ji, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Telangana, Honorable Sri Tri Nageshwar Rao ji, Honorable Agriculture Minister of Government of Telangana, Mr. Cristiano Brazale, President International Dairy Federation, Dr. R.S. Sodi, President of Indian Dairy Association, Sri Adar Sinha ji, Special Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, Srimati Lakshmi ji, MD of Telangana Federation, all my friends, Dr. Dheer Singh, Director NDRI, Sri C.P. Charles, Secretary General, Dr. Satish Kulkarni ji, Chairman of IDA South Zone, Sri Rajeshwara Rao, Chairman IDA Telangana Chapter, our Lifetime Achievement Awardee, Sri R.G. Chandramogan ji, Dr. R.P. Aneja, the former Secretary and Managing Director of NDDB, all the chairmen and MDs and CEOs of milk cooperatives and the milk companies of the country, members of DIC Organizing Committee, speakers, exhibitors, sponsors, distinguished guests and delegates of the dairy fraternity, farmers, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a matter of great pride that this year's Dairy Industry Conference is being held in Hyderabad, and it also marks the 50th edition of India's biggest annual Dairy Industry Conference. We have seen that each edition has surpassed the last gathering, and I must congratulate IDA for achieving this success. I wish that the next 50 editions will be even more remarkable and impressive, and the Dairy Industry Conference earns the crown of being one of the most coveted dairy industry conference as India positions itself to become the dairy to the world. It also gives me immense pleasure to stand before you and have this opportunity to deliver the keynote address. The theme is Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the 50th Dairy Industry Conference in Hyderabad. And, we have seen that Indian Dairy Association must have carefully considered many themes for this year's DIC. But the theme chosen, that is, a complete consonance with the current time. It can be argued that innovation drives the entrepreneurship. And it is equally true that entrepreneurship also fosters the innovation. So the most important aspect of both innovation and entrepreneurship is that both result in solutions to the contemporary challenges, which ultimately helps the sector grow, thereby maximizing the income of the farmers, million of dairy farmers, for which we all have been working tirelessly. While the entrepreneurship, innovation, and startups are all the buzzwords today, I can confidently say that our dairy farmers have been the true entrepreneurs. And with the support of qualified professionals and also the visionary leaders, they established startups in the form of dairy cooperatives that have stood the test of time. The defining characteristics of any entrepreneurial venture is the risk that entails the activity and a hope for profits. Is it not true that the farmers are the biggest risk takers in our country? So many factors that are out of their own control, which impact directly their activities, their products, their income, we have seen year after year. And innovation and entrepreneurship, they were introduced in the dairy sector way ahead of time. All our endeavors have been undertaken by keeping the farmers at the central stage. And if we recall the Operation Flood, launched in 1970, which led to socio-economic development of dairy farmers by placing control of the resources they created in their own hands. The bedrock of Operation Flood was Village Milk Producers Cooperative, which procured milk and provided inputs and services required for the farmers, making modern management and technology also available to the farmers. It is the remarkable revelation for a country that has over 1.3 billion people to transform from a milk deficit nation to today becoming Atmanirbhar and also emerging as the world's largest milk producing nation. This saga continues, and the milk production has increased threefold in little over 2 decades. It has reached 231 million metric tons in 2022-23, and we are growing at a compounded annual growth rate of almost 6%, almost triple of the world's average growth. And as the earlier speakers told, we are almost producing 25% of the global milk production. And similarly, if you see the per capita milk availability, it's almost 460 grams per day if we take the 2022-23 figure, which is perhaps way above the world average of 310 grams per day. So as I had said during the last year's DIC also, we are at the cusp of a great transformation to become the dairy to the world. And the time is as opportune as ever for India to take this rightful place in the global dairy arena. If we see some of the unique feature of our dairying, we have seen the small dairy farmers helping us to become the largest milk producer. The Indian dairy cooperatives have been able to establish one of the most efficient supply chains in the world. We are ensuring that almost 75 to 80% of the consumer rupee is going back to the farmers. And this is the, I think, perhaps highest in the global milk supply chains, and also highest among all other agriculture commodities if we see in our country. And thus the dairy cooperatives have ensured that dairying remains as an attractive and also the remunerative livelihood option. And it's a profession for their choice. And the farmers continue to get a steady stream of income. They are, even in the uncertain climatic conditions, we have seen that dairying acts as, as the insurance. So when they don't get the enough income from the agriculture crops, at least dairying takes care of their, the important activities like roti, kapda, and makan. And I think this has, motivated more and more agriculture farmers to shift towards dairying, and we are seeing this shift in most of the states in the country. If you see the cooperative dairy structure, they have been built very, very painstakingly, and as a result, we have the robustness which has, also stood during the test of time. And in the past 6 or 7 decades, we have seen that it had the impact on the socio-economic empowerment in the rural areas, and also, it is the best tool for the women empowerment we have seen in the country. The small-scale dairying model is also, I think, the most sustainable. If you see, it does not compete with the other resources. Milch animals are mostly fed on agriculture byproducts or the crop residues, and also the excesses from our kitchen. And from a nation in the milk deficit to the present, the success of this extraordinary transformation can be attributed to the presence of, inter alia, 3 major factors. So our dairy farmers and professionals, resilient institutional structures, and enabling policy environment provided by the successive governments. And we have seen that recognizing the importance of the sector, the government of India first formed the, a separate ministry for the fisheries, animal husbandry and dairying in May 2019, and which is now followed by a creation of another ministry, Ministry of Cooperation in July 21. And both these ministries are now taking appropriately the call of Sahakar Se Samruddhi, and these steps are bringing the animal husbandry sector and the cooperatives into the central of national policies, which will have multifarious benefits going forward. And the sector is also playing a pivotal role in strengthening the, the main pillars which are identified by the government, which are youth, women, poor farmers, and the rural sector, on which, the magnificent moment of developed and India can rest. All the four pillars have been, I think, addressed suitably by the dairying sector, and it is providing the required remuneration to the farmers. Our Honorable Finance Minister in this year's budget, she has also announced a comprehensive program for supporting the dairy farmers, and this is a very, very welcome step, and we will work shoulder to shoulder with the government for betterment of our dairy farmers. The prospects of dairy farmer today, I think Dr. Sodhi also mentioned, they are far more better than ever before, and the rapid developments which are happening in this sector, it gives fantastic opportunity to all of us, to be active partner and see, the growth story which has for the sector. Some of the areas where we are working now and which we should focus, first is the improving productivity of animals. I think unless we improve the productivity of our animals, it will be very difficult going forward to continue provide remunerative income to the farmers. And we have been working on various innovative approaches for making the dairying efficient and sustainable proposition. We are working on the progeny testing and PS programs. We are working on the genotyping chips. We have developed Indus chip for the cattle, and also BUP chip, first time in the world, genomic chip for the buffaloes. We are working a large scale on the IVF and DT. So embryo production has now reached the farmers. We are also taking the genomic chip which is developed at the farmer's doorstep. We are working on sex-sorted semen. Establishment of breed multiplication farm is the another initiative of the government of India under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission. And all these, initiatives, combined initiatives, which will improve the breeding aspect of the cattle, and we are sure that it will help us in improving the productivity of animal. We are also working on different feed formulation, different nutritional aspects of the cattle, and different types of silage making, even from the wastage of fruits and vegetables. Why can't we produce silage? And we are working on ready-to-use TMR, for example. All these new approaches in feeding also are likely to improve the productivity of the animal. Another area where I think we all have to work is enhancing the share of value-added dairy products. We have seen that almost 65% of the milk we procure is sold as liquid milk, where the margin for the cooperatives or the private players is very limited, and therefore we are unable to give a large share of the same to the farmers. If we are focusing on the value-added dairy products, we will get better share from the value-added products, and larger share can be passed on to the producer. So my request is to please enhance the share of value-added dairy products wherever you are involved, and they will surely generate higher margin than the liquid cooperative, and we will be able to provide better returns to the farmer. Another thing which I think which Honorable Deputy Chief Minister also suggested was to increase the share of the organized sector. So today also almost 50-60% of the sector is with the unorganized sector, and both the privates and cooperative dairy sector have to see that how can we increase more and more share of the organized sector in the total market that we handle, and that will also allow us to increase our share in the world dairy trade. As I told that in the next maybe decade, today we are 1/4 of the milk producer, global milk producer. Maybe we will become 1/3 of the global milk producer in another 7-8 years. And that will be the time when, if we have to continue good share of consumer rupee to producer, I think that will be again time to see the markets beyond India. And that is one more area I think the government also is working, and DDB is also working with the government of India to see that some of the challenges which we have now in export of milk and milk products, how we can take care of those challenges like non-tariff measures. There is unattractive prices for our products, prevalence of FMD, various sanitary and phytosanitary measures, and all these challenges are being now discussed at the government level, and with the I think setup of a National Cooperative Exports Limited, we will be able to take help of the multi-state cooperative also, and the governments, both the central and state governments, to see that we can have a larger share in the export of milk and milk products. Another area where we are working now is ensuring the quality fodder seeds to the farmers. And to that, to support it, we have formed a multi-state cooperative called Bharatiya Bij Sahakari Samiti Limited. It will work the entire value chain of the seeds. So we will procure the seeds from the farmers, those who have the surplus land. These seeds procured will be processed, truthfully certified, and given to the other farmers who are unable to produce the seeds. And this is the way I think we will be able to provide better seeds to the farmer, which will help us to improve the productivity of fodder and thereby the productivity of milk. Last area which I would like to highlight is use of digitization or use of ICT in the entire value chain of dairying. I think a lot of innovations are happening. A lot of startups also have come in this area, and all of us have to see that how we all together make use of this digital revaluation which is happening, and we can improve our efficiencies, we can improve our value chain. As we mentioned, I think the ENAF, which was initiated as just a database at NDDB level for the progeny testing program, is now accepted by the Government of India, and it is converted into a National Digital Livestock Mission database. And out of the 30 crore animals, we have more than 28.5 crore animals already covered in the portal. So all the services which we are providing to animals, all the data related to the owner of the animals, the traceability of milk and milk products. So these are various aspects which we are going to cover with the NDLM database. Day before yesterday, Honorable Prime Minister has already launched this database, and we hope that going forward, this digitization initiative of Government of India and NDDB will further help us in building the end-to-end traceability, and thereby again taking some share in the world dairy trade. Last thing I think which I would like to focus is the sustainability in this sector. Because we are the largest producer of the milk, we also have the largest number of animals. As you all know, animals emit methane, which is a greenhouse gas and which spoils the ozone layer. So it's all our combined responsibility that while we are working on productivity, while we are working on improving the milk production and the products, it's also important that we adopt the sustainable ways and try to reduce the methane emission by various measures. So ration balancing program is one way by which you can reduce the emission by 15%. You can also use some of the feed additives which are now available to reduce the methane emission from the cattle. You can handle the manure in a better way, because we have seen that manure we have seen it is being used as both fuel and fertilizer. So can we use the manure for fuel, manure for fertilizer, and to that aspect, we are promoting small-scale biogas plant at the farmer's backyard on a large scale. We have set up almost 22,000 biogas plants at the farmer's level, which is a decentralized model. On the centralized aspect, we have set up a 100 metric ton per day dung plant, which produces 4,000 cubic meter of biogas. And that biogas we are directly using for the operation of boiler in the dairy plant, and we are able to process 2 lakh liter of milk every day. So all our requirement of thermal energy, maybe electrical energy, can be made available from the dung, and which provides better income to farmers. We are able to save the environment, and also we are able to save money in the processing. So it's a win-win-win for all of us, and I request all of you that whatever areas we are working, how we will be able to make our dairy sector sustainable going forward, and we will be able to meet the net zero dairying target by 2050. Concludingly, I will say that NDTV has always been at the forefront of nurturing the innovation and propagating the entrepreneurial spirit. We will continue to spearhead the sector towards sustainability through innovation and entrepreneurship. In recent years, we have seen the winds of change, which is sweeping Indian dairy sector, driven by the technological advancements and innovative practices, which are reshaping this sector, propelling into a new area of sustainability, efficiency, and prosperity. And I'm confident that this magnificent conglomeration of government support, cooperative dairies, private dairies, and the entrepreneurs will surely drive Indian dairying into a new area of growth and sustainability. And this will certainly help us achieve a goal of becoming dairy to the world. As we gear up for this transformation, let us also commit ourselves to ensure that these benefits of this revaluation reach every corner of our great nation and ultimately benefit the dairy farmers. Together we can build a future where Indian dairying not only meets the needs of the nation, but also of the world. Before I say thank you, we would like to take this opportunity to announce the hosting of first ever regional dairy conference is of Asia Pacific 2024 of International Dairy Federation. We have the International Dairy Federation president here. May I also invite you? We will just take a second to announce. So this regional dairy conference, Asia Pacific 24 of IDF, will be held during 12 and 14 June at Kochi, Kerala. We are expecting a large number of delegates from the Asia-Pacific countries like Japan, Korea, China, Sri Lanka, Middle East, Nepal, Australia, New Zealand, and other parts of the world as well. And theme of this conference will revolve around innovations in the dairy sector with the focus on farmers. So we expect the experts from FAO, IDF, GOA, ILRI, and other international organizations will deliberate and share their experiences with focus on development of the dairy sector. I request all of you, because this is the opportunity we may not get again, we request all of you to participate in this regional conference. It will provide ample opportunities for the cross-learning to take the dairy sector in our region forward. Thank you very much, and we will have a small video showcasing the launch of the dairy conference. Thank you.
Milk is a vital source of nutrition and livelihood for millions worldwide, symbolizing prosperity and the enduring link between humans and agriculture. In dairying, women are asserting their role as decision makers, blending modern techniques with traditional wisdom. With a staggering figure of 450 million tons, the Asia-Pacific region contributes almost 50% of the global milk production, of which over 50% is produced in India. In 2022, India successfully hosted the IDF World Dairy Summit at Delhi, which was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. Now it is only very apt that India is hosting the first IDF Regional Dairy Conference Asia Pacific 2024 during 12 to 14 June 2024 at the Grand Hyatt in Kochi, Kerala, India. Focusing on the theme Farmer-Centric Innovations in Dairying, this conference promises deeper insights into sustainable dairy farming. The conference will feature a grand inauguration, informative technical sessions, and diverse participation from CEOs, employees, farmers, suppliers, academicians, government representatives, and policymakers. The multi-stakeholder platform will facilitate discussions on key issues in science, technology, and innovation. An exhibition will showcase the latest technologies, while cultural events and tours will enhance the overall conference experience. Welcome to India.
Thank you very much. And now I request the Secretary General, CP Charles, sir, to step over to present the mementos.
Dear friends, it is our duty to honor the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and also the Agriculture Minister. I now request Dr. R.S. Sodhi, President of IDA, to honor the
To kindly stay back because we have two more addresses to happen. But since Honorable Deputy Chief Minister has very less time in his hands, he's taking the leave from here, but requesting all of you to kindly please be seated. I'd now like to call upon Dr. Dheer Singh, Director, National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, to address the gathering.